Hi everybody, Kiki here. So tonight we are making lamb. It's a little scary, I have to admit. So I have some nice lamb chops here. This here is just about a pound and 3/4. It has these nice little chops coming up the top. It's called butterflies. So lamb, pretty much, it's either you love it or hate it. There's no happy medium. And thank you for everyone who replied this morning on my post. I posted either you love it or you hate it. Tell me why, if, depending on which one, yes or no. Mostly everybody, I think besides maybe one person, said that they loved it. So that's great. I love it, and it's been huge in our family, and it always has been. So the first time I made lamb was this year. It was Easter during the pandemic, and my mom is known for her lamb on Easter Sunday. She makes it phenomenal. So I called her. I'm like, Mom, we can't get together. The pandemic. What am I going to do? I need to have lamb. How do you make it? And she's like, it's like garlic, salt and pepper, nothing much. She's like, it's just easy. You just put it in the oven. And I'm like, what? No, it can't be. Can't be that easy. So I get lamb. I sent someone out for a leg of lamb. All they had was huge ones. So I received these little lamb chops. Never had them before. So I was flipping out. But I sucked it all up, bossed up, and I made it, and it was phenomenal. And it was so easy. So I'm going to show you how I do it tonight. And there's one technique about garlic in this that I really want to stress. So we have the lamb here, and what I did is I scored it. You can see right here, I scored in between every two bones. And I did that because I like my meat more rare than my husband. He likes his very well done. Doesn't really matter what we're having. His is always on the more well done side. So it kind of gives you a guide when you're cooking it, because lamb is so forgiving. You can take it out of the oven, you can separate it and put it back in. So that's probably what I'm gonna do tonight, take mine out a little bit before his. So what I'm gonna do with this, all I'm doing is making a wet rub and letting it sit for, usually about an hour if you want to, but if you're on a jam, you can just do it right in the oven, as long as your lamb has rested at room temperature for a while. So that's when you cook any type of meat, you want to make sure that it rests at room temperature. So one little technique that I want to show you beforehand, I'm going to slightly move this over, is when you're pressing garlic. I press garlic for this recipe rather than chop it, because when you press garlic, it juices it more, and the flavor is so much more intense, and that's what you really want with lamb, because it has that flavor, not really gamey, but it does have a different flavor, and the garlic really, really works well with that natural lamb flavor. So here are the spices and everything that I have. So I have to start. I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm gonna put that in. I have 1 large tablespoon of Italian seasonings. And I have a teaspoon of salt and pepper. So that's just gonna go there. I'm just gonna give it a quick little stir. And my oven is on 400 degrees, it's like screaming hot for lamb, because it's one of those quick recipe, like quick time, but high heat. So that's the way you're gonna do your lamb. All right, so that's all set. Now, this recipe, I use 5 cloves of garlic. So here's 4. So the other one, I'm just gonna show you what I do. So, clove of garlic in your garlic press, okay, with the holes in it. All right. I press it over the little bowl, and you're gonna see the garlic coming out. And with your knife, scrape that garlic off. So you're just gonna scrape the garlic off, get it in the bowl. Now what some people do, and it's a huge mistake, is they open the garlic press and they take this out and they throw it away, because they're like, oh, it's the skin. It's not the skin at all. So this here doesn't look pretty, but this here is all perfect garlic. So people, if you were just chopping up garlic, you would use this. So that's a huge mistake. So you want to make sure that you chop up every little thing it's in your garlic press after. So you just chop it up, rough chop. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact. All right, so we're good with that. The rest of that garlic is in there. All right, so we're gonna add that. And you're done. This is all you're gonna do for your rub of your lamb. Now, I'll give you a peek of it. Looks great. And it smells awesome already. Okay, so here is, look at that. Looks so good. And you can use, I use Italian seasoning for mine, but you can use anything you want. If you just have oregano, if you have, like you can even do like dry parsley if you wanted to do that. But I like all the different flavors of the Italian seasoning. So we're ready. So what we're gonna do is, I've already washed my hands, obviously. So I have my lamb here, and we're just gonna pour it on the top, and you want to save a little bit too because you want to get the bottom side. So you just rub it nice so it's all over. You want to make sure it's even. So I want to get the underside too. Look how pretty that is. That's such a nice piece of lamb. And we always, in our family, we always have mint jelly with lamb. I've never had mint jelly with anything besides lamb in my entire life. All right. So there we go. All right, so we are all crusted. It was so funny because I was so nervous about this lamb on Easter Sunday, doing it myself, and it came out so good. I was so excited that I wanted to make it again a month later for my husband and I's anniversary. So still in the middle of a pandemic, I go into my butcher and I get the lamb and I'm showing him. I was like, Bill, listen, I need a favor. And he's like, sure, what do you need? And I said, see these little bones that stick up? I said, okay, do you guys have like those little chef hats that go on the top? They're white, like they're really cute. And he's looking at me like I'm nuts because for one, it's not the holidays. Two, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You know, people can't find toilet paper and I'm asking for a little like fake chef hats for my lamb chop. So it was seriously, I thought about it after the fact and I'm like, yeah, probably not. So that's like a little joke, running joke between him and I. It's hysterical. So we have our lamb ready to go, and what we're gonna do, depending on how you like it, it's for, if you wanna do rare, that's 100, and I think you can do lamb between like 120 to 150 degrees. Rare is 120, and that's gonna look like regular meat or steak. It's gonna be, you know, very pink and red. And then every 2 minutes, kind of go up till you get it to your liking, and then 8 minutes for rare, 10 minutes for medium, and then 12 minutes for well done. Well done is around that 150, but if you want it more, well done, leave it in there for a little while longer, but you're gonna wanna check that every 2 minutes. That's usually what we do, just to make sure that we're not overcooking it, because you can easily overcook lamb. So that's all it is. Very easy for something that seems, you know, so scary. So check out how pretty that is. It looks so good. So I'm gonna put this in 400 degrees, and I'm going to separate mine. Like I said, I'll probably do half of it at like the 8-10 minute mark, and then do the other one for about 12 or 14 for my husband. So I am going to get started with this. So if you guys need anything, want anything, you know where to find me. Kiki's Cape Cod Kitchen. I have a couple hashtags out there, so definitely find me. And I will post this recipe later for you guys. Thanks so much.